We'll continue looking at the national language curriculum document in the context of Pakistan, and we'll sum up this one with a critical overview of textbooks, materials design, right? As you know, we have already taken a good look at that. A curriculum is actually a step-by-step guide. We start with needs analysis, environment analysis, then we do set up goals, and then we decide about teacher training, and then we make decisions about evaluation in brief, right? So similarly, it's all, I've got the quote here, and it's, although it's very long quote, but it's worth reading because it sheds light on various aspects of the national Pakistani curriculum, right? This curriculum aims to provide holistic opportunities, overall opportunities to the students for language development and to equip them with competencies in using the English language for communication in academic and social contexts, while enabling them to be better and autonomous learners. What's assumed here in this quote is that English is the language of knowledge and might be the colonial, post-colonial aspect, or right, and it offers a window for communication with the rest of the world. If students want to become, if you want to become part of the global community, you need to be well versed in this language. So that's assumed that learning English language is not only useful for individual performance of the students, but also their academic and professional careers, right? It's worth, this question is worth raising here. I mean, the way the document is written, the very discourse of the document, if we look at it from from critical angle. So my question is, does it seem to be too prescriptive model, or instead of descriptive, right? Right. And what's the purpose of giving a long list of some standards, benchmarks, competencies, and other things, or objectives or outcomes? Might be the answer is these outcomes, this list is regulatory list, is just to help textbook writers produce textbooks, course books, and might be they are seen as elements to be used for each level. From grade 1, we've got outcomes, we've got benchmarks, we've got standards, and these are the standards that help teachers design their lessons from on daily basis, right? But the question again is worth raising here: have teachers, learners, and administration interests kept in view? Because teachers, the situation, the context, the environment, as we have learned this element through environment analysis, through needs analysis, that teachers have their own interests, and their interests are varied. So they can't be assumed to be a homogeneous group having, common interests. Rather, some teachers use, some are well-trained, some are, westernized, educated, or some are, got some skills or pedagogical skills to make the use of activity-based language teaching. So teaching, language teachers, like students, they differ. They might have diverse beliefs about language learning and teaching, right? So the question which is really important to be addressed, and which I have raised it for you to think about, is, doesn't it appear to be idealistic scenario to expect learners to attain most of the learning outcomes at the end of each grade? I mean, we've got grade 1, 2, and similarly from grade 9 to 10 and 11 to 12. So does it not appear to be simplistic viewpoint of the document, that, and it is assumed that the students will automatically, if they are exposed to reading and writing, they will automatically develop their listening and speaking skills. So it's worth asking here that what about the question of developing students' oral competency? I mean, what about their functional skills in language learning? What about their, listening comprehension skills? These are the questions which needs to be explored.